How to set up hover interactions on your Wix website. Hey everyone and welcome, I hope you're all doing great. In this video I will show you step by step how to do so. So first let's just go and open up our site editor and then we will get started. But it's pretty much where you are going to be able to see something, but then once you actually hover over it with your mouse cursor, it's just going to change into something else. So this is going to be pretty much what we will achieve today, and I will show you step by step how to do so. This is for the default Wix editor, by the way. This is not for Wix Studio. Let's just open up our site editor and let's get started. So right now that we are on the editor, let's say we have an image. Let's just make it a little bit harder on ourselves. If you want to start from scratch, you can just feel free to follow along. But let's say we have a situation. Let's say we have an image, and then we just want to turn this image to become, the hover that we actually want it to be. So first, let's just add a default image. So I'm just going to click on Add Elements. I'm just going to click on Images, and I'm just going to do Upload Images. And then from here, I'm just going to add a random color image that I have, just for testing purposes. So I'm just going to click on Upload from Computer, and I'm just going to use, let's say, the purple one. Right now that we have this image on our site, which is going to be a square image. Let's say now we want to change that. So we want it to be a hover image. Let's say on one side it's just going to look purple, and on the other side it's going to say something like, click me or something. I'm not sure. So in this case, what we want to do, we want to first create the actual hover box and then try to replicate what we see on this default image and make it, with the actual effect. So first step, creating the actual hover box. In order to do so, it's very simple. You want to just use a template and then, just customize it to your liking. In order to get a template, you simply just want to click on Add Elements from the top left. And then from here, you simply just want to go to the box section. From box, you should be able to see themed boxes, which you could turn to become a hover box, which it should take, it's going to take a little bit of time. So instead, just go ahead and use any of the hover boxes that are available. Just click on that, pick any that you actually like, and just use it. So let's just say we want to use this one. Just drag and drop it anywhere on the screen. It shouldn't really be on the top of your design. So right now we want it to be a replica of this. So we will try to make it as small as the other one is. We'll at least try to. So what we want to do is just click on the image itself. So here's the thing. With the container box is going to have the container itself, and then we also have the image itself. So you want to decrease the size of the image and try to make it the same as the other one. So you can just go ahead and do that. Try to align it, and then just try to align it from the bottom as well, like so. And it's going to take a little bit of time here to align it perfectly, but we will get it down. Another way, which this could take a while. So another way that I found to be useful is that if we just open up the tools on the top right, we can actually go in and get a toolbar. And with the toolbar, we can actually go in and see the size for the actual image. So click on the default one if you really want it to be a replica, and you should be able to see the size in width and also the height. So 294. So we just want to go in and click on this one and just make it 294 for both. We can just go and highlight this, make it 294, and just go down here, make it also double click, highlight. Okay, we can't really highlight 294, and this is going to be the same size, right? It's not even close. I'm not sure how that happened. So anyways, let's just pretend that we have the proper size. I'm just going to make it larger at this point, like so. Okay, so now that we have the same size, which not really, but yeah, we are just going to simply start adjusting two sides of the image. One is going to be without the hover, and the other one is going to be after the hover. So simply click on the image, and then first we're just going to click on Change Image, and we simply just want to upload any image that we want. So let's say by default it's going to be the purple one. So I'm just going to select that and click on Choose Image. Now that we did that, we have some text here that we can change also. So you can just go in and drag it wherever you want. And by the way, if we, for example, you don't find any text on the template that you picked, it's very simple to add some. Just simply click on the add elements on the top left, go to text, and we can just really add any sort of text that we want. So let's just add heading 6 and just drag it underneath and make sure it says that it is going to attach to the actual box. Oops, sorry. Let's just go ahead and change that a little bit and increase the size for the actual text. Let's just go ahead and adjust it to become a little bit larger, so we can just go for that. And let's say it actually says something cool here. Now that we have this, we can feel free to change it, obviously, but I'm just going to leave it as it is. And we also have this little border thing that we can also change from the design aspect. But I'm just going to leave it as it is. Now, let's say we want to adjust the other side. So once they actually hover on it, what's going to actually pop up here for us? So in order to actually access that, after you're done setting up the regular one, you simply just want to click on the container itself and just click on hover. And this is actually going to show us the proper one. So it's going to look like this after the hover. Now, you can actually see that the hover did not get the same results of the size as the default one. So now we could actually really apply the ruler one or the tools one. So now it's going to be 380, 387. So let's just change that to become 380. So it's going to be easier for us. And once we do that, we can just feel free to click on, wait a second. Oh no, this is 380. So look, 314, 314, there you go. So click on the image, just make sure you click on the image to get the proper size. Click on hover, now click on that, 314, 314, and now it should be perfect. I mean, it should be, right? I mean, there you go. Nope, I'm changing the text size. I want to change the actual thing. 314, there you go. So now it's even more messed up than it was. So what we were going to do, you can see it does get a little bit complicated and it does get a little bit frustrating, but at the same time you can just use this and make it fit. So once you actually have the size, we can really say we don't really need the toolbar anymore. It's not really working. So we're just going to click on hover and do exactly the same thing. We want to change this so it becomes something different. So in this case, I'm just going to leave it as it is. But what I'm going to do is actually go ahead and change the text here. So I'm just going to make it so it says something else. So click here. And apparently we have it working, but let's see. Yeah, there you go. The heading 6 is still in here. It somehow managed to sneak on the other one as well. But anyways, just you have your text here and everything. And now what we can actually do is make it even clickable. So I'm not sure what's going on here. There you go. So to make it clickable, you just simply want to click on it, and we can just click on the link tab and really just make it do anything, either a URL or just go to another page, which I'm just going to make it go to a google.com. There you go. So click on done. If you want the regular one to also have the same thing, feel free to do so, but it doesn't really make a difference because it's not even going to show. So now that we have this design, what we can do is simple. Now we just simply delete this one, replace it with that one, try to make it on on the same place and stuff. And if you're not happy with the size, you can again just feel free to try and make it as close as possible to the original size. Now here's the thing, the lines that try to centralize things for you are not centralizing the image itself, they're centralizing the container. So try to make the container as small as possible and as close as possible to the actual image. This way it's going to have the same centers. But it's not going to be perfect, so try to make it align it as the best that you can with your eyes to be in the actual center. So I think this is going to be perfect. So now let's actually go ahead and preview it and see how it's going to look like. It's not the easiest process, let's be honest here, but it is going to be worth it at the end. Because right now, if you just click on preview, we have our image here, and it's it's looking purple and stuff. But if you just hover over it, it's going to turn into the hover effect, and you can actually realize that it's not the same size. So you will need to make sure that it is actually the same size. Otherwise, you're going to have this kind of thing happening for you. But if we click on it, it's going to do the function. It's going to work perfectly fine. It's going to open up google.com for you. So yeah, I do believe Wix could make things easier for us with this. It's kind of annoying to set up, but you get the idea. It's just going to be the trying to set things up to be the same size for both. This is going to be the annoying part of things. But after you set that up, it's very much easy from there. So anyways, hopefully you found this video to be informative and helpful, and thanks for watching.